What's up, guys? Well, it's been one of those days, actually. First, let me just go ahead and show you what's on the desk here. As you can see, that was the C10 originally with that body. It was the wide stance, bigger motor, all that, the one that worked. I actually took it out with that body on it and made a nice little video just a little bit ago. And I had some issues with my video and sound quality, and all the videos I made today had to be deleted, and I was kind of bummed about that. So when I came back in, I had this little toy Jeep, Dicast, that I was already taking apart and just looking at it, but don't really want it on there as a permanent body. But just for the heck of it, I decided to put it on there anyway for now. I'm gonna get the ATVs. And that one there is mainly for the ATV. It's narrower still. This had wider extensions on it, but anyway, just because we could, we got the scale engine still in here. Let's see, turn that down there, sorry. We got the scale engine. It actually fit on there really well. It's a little longer wheelbase, but I don't care. Everything works great. I don't have any foam in there, so these need foams put in them. The interior is the only thing I couldn't put in yet. And I actually just hot glued the thing to the chassis real neatly. You really can't tell except for the back. Hot glue right there, and then there's some on the actual body mounts that just stick up. I hot glued this motor plate in from the bottom and then glued the body mounts to it. It was just for temporary because, like I said, ATVs are my plan. But they're die cast also, I believe, the ones that I have to get whenever I can budget them into my schedule, because they're like 30 bucks a piece. I'm gonna get at least one at a time whenever I can. But I figured if they're die cast and they're a little heavy, if it can handle this, it'd be good. And I've run it around on the desk. It does pretty dang good, actually. And it is heavy compared to this. I mean, this is just a little paperweight compared to this thing. But anyway, after being bummed out a little bit about that and not doing the videos I was going to do, my UPS man showed up a day early. He was supposed to be here tomorrow. My buddy Eric from Eric's RC. He's always hooking me up, sending me some things for the channel. Well, he sent me this little package that's been beat to heck, it looks like. But listen, you know what that sounds like? It sounds like a lot of heavy brass. He said whatever's in this package he was sending me was for my high trail. And there's one little hole in the pack, and if you peek in there, it got some brass color. So, let me open this up and see what he sent me today. Alright guys, now we got some pretty good stuff here, I think. I love it. I love it. I love it. You know, I already cut these open, so let's just go ahead and get them all out, each pack. Here we go. We might as well let them shine while they're out there. We're going to get my scales and see how much all this stuff weighs together too. Now, I get a lot of comments in my videos and on Facebook. Everybody telling me to put some brass on it, put some brass on it. And I've been wanting to put brass on it. But man, that stuff's expensive. Shop around on Amazon, yes, you can find some great deals. But no matter how good the deals are, that's still $80 worth of stuff there. So, thank you, buddy. It's stuff that I've been wanting to get. I just, like I say, I keep putting it off. So now I got to get busy on this rig. And as you can see, it's the front stuff other than the diff covers. I got one for the rear as well, which is cool. But this truck, the front end wants to raise up on it quite a bit. Eric watches my videos and he knows that, so that's why he sent me this stuff. So thanks again. Now, just so y'all know, okay, I did put all these nice, pretty metal axles in this rig. And they're great looking. They perform very good. They're high quality machined. They, you know, they do everything they need to do. They're every bit as good as the stock ones that are plastic. I've had people tell me just be careful, they will break and all that. Well, they haven't broke yet, so that's good too. I have no complaints about it. A few screws have loosened, but that's to be expected if you don't Loctite them. But they do not add much weight to the rig. All right, you know, when you take your stock ones off, do all the front and back, it's like only maybe 100 grams more. It's very little weight gain. They just look great. So I actually assumed they were going to be a lot heavier when I bought them. And then when I read that they weren't, I bought them anyway. So now they're going to be heavier up front. Let me, let's see. I need to get a towel. I'm going to go clean that truck off before I even start working on it. Alright, well, probably should dry it off a little bit more, but yeah, it's no big deal. A little bit of water never hurt nobody, right? That's the way I look at it anyway. So, where to start? Man, there's a lot of stuff to take apart just to get to it. So, I better get busy. First by taking that front bumper off, I guess. That's the first thing that needs to go. Alright, well, as you can see, we got the front bumper taken off. We need to go ahead and see what some stuff weighs. So we got the scales here. Let's go ahead and just find out what the stock bumper I just took off weighs. Hold on, let's go ahead and get this figured out. Alright, what we set? This should be on grams. There we go, 0 grams. So we got 9.3 grams of a stock bumper mount. So what is this bumper mount by itself with winch thing? Jeez, that's 107.3 grams. That's almost 100 grams more, 98 grams more. Wow, that's a pretty significant chunk of metal right there. You know, I'm not sure. Let's see. Let's just throw a few things on here and see what it all adds up to for the heck of it. We'll compare some things as we go. So let's see. There's 103 or 107.3. Let's just throw this on here if it fits. Boom. Should we check them individually first? Let's see. All right. That is 57.3 by itself. So the two diffs by themselves. 14, huh? Okay, so 114.6. Let's just go ahead and check everything out by themselves. Let's see. These little pieces, 30.8. So it should be, let's see. Well, that don't add up right. 62, I guess so. Yeah, that's right. So anyway, 62 there. How much are these big dogs? That's 40.8. There you go, 81.5. So now, let's try to do this for the heck of it. Alright. Alright, sometimes it just takes me a minute. 365.6 grams of brass. And that's all front weight except for one of these little diff covers here. Let's do this. Boom. Sorry guys, bear with me. They're slippery to hold on to, I'm gonna tell you that now. So alright, we got 308.3 grams of all front weight right there. This one's for the back. That's pretty sweet right there. And that's without having to put those heavy wheels up front. Now, if I add my rims, geez whiz, that's going to be a heavy truck. I guess we're not going to make the truck pulls with this rig. Nope, I doubt it. Alright guys, well, as you can see, we got that diff cover off there. We're going to see what it weighs. And I was looking to see how the grease needs a little more added. It's got the black kind I put in there for Lincoln Mercury stuff, but it's not bad. It needs a little bit more though. So anyway, we're dialed into 0 here. Let's put this stock piece on. 16.5 grams. That's all this little feller weighs. We're going to put on 57.3. Let's see if these are the same, both back ones. Or both diff covers, I mean. Alright, 57.3. They're exactly the same. That's pretty cool. So, you do the math. 57.3 minus 16.5, and that's how much weight we're adding. So, anyway. Let's see if they just slide on all pretty or whatnot. Let's see here. Oh yeah, no issues. They don't quite got the same shape here though. I don't like that at all. I don't know. See, these have this little fancy little shape. And it's got a groove here. These do not have that. Does my stock ones have that shape? Huh, now it's got me wondering. Can't tell up there. Why would they do that? That's just going to leave room for some dirt and grime, ain't it? Dang it. These are Injora covers. They ought to have better stuff than that. I don't like it. But they're meant for stock axles. I can't complain. They're not meant to go over these axles. You see what I'm saying here? This has like a funky jiggity, jiggity, jaggedy, jaggedy. See that? So, I don't know. Should we cover this without the... You see the little gap I'm talking about right here? Let me see if I can get this to zoom in. You can see the gap on both of them if it focuses. And when it's tight, it's probably going to be like that. And you'll still see dirt and water and stuff can get in there. So, we can't do that. Now, as long as the stock ones do not have that, I'll use these on my Blazer or something else. You know, maybe I'll even put them on my wife's rig. Well, I decided to do the proper thing. We're going to go ahead and run them anyway. And then I'm going to take, first as I put these on here like that, I'm going to squirt just a tiny bit of hot glue on that edge and then seal it. Just for precaution, not enough to do anything. I guess it never hurts to have a drain hole coming out. Alright, something I just noticed. You notice how my axle there leans forward a lot? I never realized when I first built these portals that the difference in left or right. When I built the axles, I think they were together maybe, or I don't remember. But if you notice how that's leaned to the side, it's not perfectly straight inside there. So I was looking, found the one that matches it on the new ones that leans the same way, and then the opposite, this one here actually leans the opposite. So then I looked on this one's actually got an R where it says right. I had this on the left, the one that goes that way. So that means I kind of had them, they were leaning this way when they should have been straight once mounted. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, obviously didn't hurt much, so not a big deal. But they lean just a touch. So if I was to put the same one, this is the right one, it says, which is not for this side. But if I did, you'll see that it leans forward, just like that side. So now if I put the other one like it's supposed to be, it should actually counter that little bit. There we go. So now it's straight up and down. You see that? I'm sure y'all have noticed, but I've obviously been running mine wrong this entire time. So, and it's not my fault because this does not have an R or an L anywhere on it. So I looked before I made this video to make sure I didn't look too stupid. So I'm not even sure. Obviously I did put it together, I think. Yeah, because I had to put my axle shafts inside it. So anyway, something you need to just pay attention to. Get the right and the left on the right side. Well, I figure I'd go ahead and finish up here. I got just these portal covers left. One thing I want to point out, when you're putting these pieces here on, whatever these are called, the 3 screws that go right here, make sure you don't mess them up because you don't get new ones. You get the little pack that has the brass bushings and the screws that you know, put your steering knuckles on here through this part, but you do not get the ones that hold them onto there. At least I didn't with the ones we got. So not a big deal. They're just they take the tiny Allen wrench and make sure you don't strip them. That's all. Chances are you might have a lot of Loctite if you're using metal axles, but luckily I'm that idiot that never Loctites this stuff, so I don't have too many issues. As I say that, watch me have an issue right on camera. So anyway, figured real quick we would do this. That one's kind of stripped, but we should be able to get it still. You just got to catch it at an angle. Yeah, I guess I'll be boring. It's pretty late at night right now. I should already gave up on this for tonight, but it's hard to do. My Amazon parts didn't get here till close to 9 o'clock. Or actually, I didn't even look to see where they were from. Might not have been Amazon, I don't know. Probably was, but... So, obviously we're going to have to pull the bearing out of this as well. Gears are in great shape on this thing. Well, the bearing come right out of that one. Again, these things are in great shape still. I might add a touch more grease to them. They don't need much, but just a touch. Let's pull this bearing out somehow or another. There we go. Now, does this have a difference, left or right? Doesn't look like it. That bearing fit in there real nice. Let me get out my Ford Lincoln Mercury grease and put it in this here Chevy hub. Let's take a little stick I got in there, so I don't have to touch this nasty stuff. It's black as can be. But I'll tell you what, it does work good. I've had it for years. I've been using this stuff. It doesn't even take very much. Stuff's nasty though. You get outside packing some wheel bearings on your actual car with them nasty things. Oh my God, they're rough. So now, I'll go ahead and put that little bit of it on the bearing itself too, from the top side. Just so that we got some on there. So again, I don't reckon this matters which way it goes. Fits on there pretty nice. I guess even though these are not stock, they seem to work really well. Well, don't be like me. I put it all back together and then realized there's a bearing laying here. And I know I put the bearings in there. But when I was turning it earlier, it felt kind of off to me. So now I gotta take it apart and see if the bearing came out of there I don't know if there's any in this up here or not. Oh boy. Alright, I think we're looking good now. We got it all back together. We got all these good brass parts weighing her down nice up front. I think that's going to help a lot. We got some bling in there. I don't know if we can see it in here, but we got it. That looks pretty good. We even got the bumper mounted back. Nice and strong. Man. Oh, God. I got carpal tunnel, so this is almost... Oh, God, I can't do it. It's like Arnold Schwarzenegger curls now. Yep, I've been up too late. Time to go to bed. We're going to finish this thing up tomorrow. I mean, this part of it's done. Now we just got to figure out what tires and wheel combination we want to go back to. Stuff like that. And also, I got a project with my trailer. I've decided to go ahead and give it a little overhauling. It needs cleaned up. I'm going to go ahead and probably do a tire and wheel change on it and see what else we can take care of on it while we're at it. I think it's due for a new facelift as well. Not only that, is we got these tires here come off the Cross RC. Hold on. These come off that orange Cross RC and they're rather stiff, which is what I need on my trailer. So, yeah, they would look pretty good on this truck too, wouldn't they? But anyway, yep, we're going to put those on the trailer, I believe. They would look nice, some chrome wheels. Yeah. Anywho, we'll catch you guys tomorrow. We'll finish this up and we'll go from there.